Hello and welcome, this is me, Andy Talkin Radio here, and a very interesting story that's been going around for a little while now. It's sort of escalated. I've got quite a few videos for you, little clips of, which are discussing the Kate Middleton story and the saga of the photoshopped photos. Yes, as if we've got nothing else to talk about. It is obviously, for those of us in the know, it is a distraction. It is very typical of what they're trying to do, and of course they're adding in the media, the Associated Press announcement. They pulled this, obviously killed this story because it's fake, and obviously we have to be aware that it is a fake story anyway. But you have to ask yourself, why? That's a big question. Why are they doing it? Why have they released these photos that are obviously fake? Is it to attack the conspiracy theorists? Maybe. Or is it to hide and distract some other story? Because, I mean, there are lots of things that were in the news last week that have disappeared. Clearly, we need something else to talk about. So, let's have a look at a couple of these videos, because they are very interesting. And, of course, we do have Piers Morgan. Yeah, love him or hate him, he does actually say a few things which make sense. Obviously, the conspiracy is that she's dead. And that's the overall thing that you can take away from this whole thing. There is a cover-up, blah blah blah. She went into hospital apparently with stomach problems, and she hasn't been seen since. Believe it or not. Yeah. So let's have a look at these and see what happens.
If you thought the craziest parts of the Kate Middleton conspiracy theory were over, well, just get ready because they keep getting thicker. Because people have put it together, and this face is an exact copy and paste of the face Kate Middleton made for a Vogue magazine back in 2016. And this video showing an exact overlay proves it. Look at this, the Vogue magazine cover, and as it blends out, it is the exact same face from this photo. Now, if you still don't believe me and you think it's still just a fluke, this is the picture overlaid with half of it erased. And look how exactly everything lines up. The possibility of these two photos lining up perfectly is near zero. And one of the craziest parts of this whole conspiracy is the royal family seems like it wants to do anything but actually show Kate Middleton. For example, all the questions people have been having about this photo were addressed by a tweet supposedly put out by Kate Middleton saying, "Oops, sorry guys, I messed up on Photoshop, it's my bad." And then the royal family releasing this photo saying, "Oh guys, look, Kate Middleton's out and about with her husband. We can't see anything." And I think one of the biggest pieces of evidence that something's wrong is in reality, if she was okay, the royal family would say, "Hey, get on Instagram Live and say, hey guys, here I am, this is a live video, I'm totally fine." But they're not. They're doing literally everything they can to not show her face. Something fishy's going on, and when it finally gets revealed, it is going to be huge. But that's my opinion. What do y'all think?
Strange elements to this story, particularly when you look at the timeline of dates. So let's go back in time and do that. 12th of September 2023, Kate Middleton reveals a finger injury, which she claimed happened when she was trampolining with her kids. Innocent enough. Then 3 weeks later, on the 5th of October, Kate is pictured with two fingers still bandaged together. Seems like it must have been a pretty rough trampolining injury. On the 22nd of December, Wills and Kate announced an official trip to Italy, scheduled for early 2024. Now, if you're planning major surgery of any kind for early 2024, it seems unlikely that you would also announce a trip to Italy at the same time. Then, December 25, Christmas Day 2023, the last verified public appearance of Kate Middleton, and also of the three children. Everyone looks happy and healthy. December 28, 3 days later, an ambulance with police escort is seen flying out of Sandringham, where the royal family was spending Christmas. There was no statement from the royals as to what that was about. Then, January 17, 2024.
The Princess of Wales' condition potentially more serious, admitted to this London private hospital on Tuesday, undergoing planned abdominal surgery described as successful.
At this stage, the palace won't say exactly why the princess required surgery, choosing to keep her diagnosis private. But she is likely to stay in hospital for up to 2 weeks. All her engagements expected to be cancelled until after Easter.
It's announced that Kate Middleton is recovering in a hospital called the London Clinic. Now, during those 2 weeks, there are no reports of visits from her parents, her siblings, or her children. On January 18th, the day after surgery, Prince William visits the London clinic. It was the first and last time he was known to visit, where she was allegedly in the clinic for another 2 weeks. On January 24, UK papers report that the inner circle of the Waleses were shocked to hear of Kate's surgery and that they weren't aware of any health issues. January 26, King Charles reportedly visits Kate in hospital, but still no known visits from her kids or parents or family. January 28, Spanish journalist Concha Calleja claims Kate Middleton is in an induced coma after her surgery, and she cited unnamed palace sources. The next day, on January 29, Kensington Palace claims that Kate was discharged from the London clinic to continue her recovery at home. At this point, Kate hasn't been seen publicly in over 35 days, and there are no photos of her exiting the hospital. On February 1, Palace aides slam the Spanish journalist's story, which is a bit odd because they rarely comment on rumours. February 5, King Charles announces his cancer diagnosis, but doesn't say what it is or how bad it is. On the same day, UK Magazine published an article which said Kate's recovery would now be 9 months and not 3. 2 days later, on February 7, Prince Harry jets to London for a fly-in, fly-out hospital visit to see his dad. It lasted all of 45 minutes. Queen Camilla also visited the King a number of times. But you know who didn't visit? William. Nor did he issue any kind of public well wishes. On February 9, reports emerged that Kate is, quote, on the mend and has left Windsor to continue recovering at Sandringham. On February 20, Prince William puts out a statement on their joint social media account talking about the conflict in the Middle East, but there is no mention of Kate. William also used his solo monogram at the top, which he used to...
Remember these obviously photoshopped pictures of the Queen and Liz Truss? Well, many saw it and said it, including myself. Not long afterwards, everyone was informed that the Queen had passed away. But to many of us, we already knew. You see, if someone has to be photoshopped into a picture, it's because they are not there. They are not able to have that picture taken. So where is Kate? After 2 months of speculation from the public, this picture emerges, which is either shopped or it's AI generated. The media pulled it and wouldn't use it. Then, to make matters even worse, this tweet. This photo is not someone experimenting with editing. It's putting 4 people together who, for whatever reasons, are not together, who can't be in the same room for even a single photo. Something is not right. And if you knew the British public had concerns for your welfare, why would you choose that time to Photoshop the first photo shown in 2 months? And can we see the original photo before the edit? And for those about to say, oh, leave her alone, let her recover, there's not one photo of her leaving the hospital. Pretty unbelievable, since the paparazzi would have camped outside every day. People are worried and concerned. She is, after all, very much loved here.
There's rumours that she's actually dead.
But my goodness, she's made an egregious error here. The ramifications of that will be going on, and it is badly damaging the credibility of the royal family. But where, as you say, where were the people who should have stopped this from happening? And trickery of this kind, people don't like to be subjected to it. They do not like to be tricked unless they're watching a magician. He's being paid on the stage to bring rabbits out of a hatch, which is what I think Boris Johnson's being hired for at the moment, isn't it? But you know, so everything they could have done, they did wrong. But I don't know where their heads will roll, but somebody is responsible for this, because what were they doing? This was a very, very significant photograph. It was being put out for 2 things, for Mother's Day, a lovely picture, but it was also being put out to answer the trolls.
Lurid conspiracies and wild speculation about the Princess of Wales have dominated conversation about the royals for many weeks. Well, this beaming family photo, released to mark the British Mother's Day on Sunday, was supposed to end all that. And for most of yesterday afternoon, it worked. The picture of smiling Kate kills the absurd conspiracy theory, said the Daily Mail. Smiles better. Kate's joyous Mother's Day photo made a front-page splash of the Metro. The front page of Express says Kate thanks the nation for its support with charming photo that proves she's on the mend. But just as these newspapers were rolling off the presses last night, a bombshell development. Myriad major global picture agencies announced they'd taken the unprecedented decision to kill the picture, deleting it entirely from their systems over concerns it had been manipulated at source. And on closer inspection, well, there couldn't be much doubt about that. There's a glaring empty space where Princess Charlotte's sleeve should be. Charlotte's hair seems to end abruptly on her left shoulder. The corner of her skirt is oddly pointed. In the background behind Prince Louis's legs, the white step is a clear break and a jagged gap where there should be a straight line. And the list goes on and on. There are 16 basic rudimentary errors in total, and that's not including question marks over whether the leaves on the trees show this part of the photo is actually months old. The photo, apparently taken by the Prince of Wales himself last week, has very clearly been manipulated, and manipulated pretty badly. Now, Catherine hasn't been seen at an official event since Christmas Day. She was hospitalised in January for serious abdominal surgery, requiring her to be in hospital for 2 weeks. And we were told she'd then be away from public duties until after Easter, which is the middle of April. But we still don't know what her condition actually is, or what the surgery was for, or how sick or otherwise she really is. And the royals have provided very scant details about her recovery. That's fine. It's a private matter for them. But conspiracies have inevitably filled the vacuum in this world of social media. Royal watchers are speculating about everything from her health to the state of her marriage. And all this photograph has successfully done, rather than douse the flames of gossip, is inflame them. It's become the gasoline. Well, today the Princess of Wales took the rap, writing on Instagram that she'd edited the photograph herself, saying, like many amateur photographers, I do occasionally experiment with editing. I wanted to express my apologies for any confusion that the family photograph we shared yesterday caused. I hope everyone celebrating had a very happy Mother's Day. Okay, but it's really what she didn't say rather than what she did say. Was she well enough to pose for that picture? Was it a new picture, actually? If it was a composite picture, how much of that is actually from last week when we were told in briefings from the palace that Prince William took that image? And why didn't they realise that of the many, many unedited family pictures the public hasn't seen, any of those could have done the trick without being heavily edited and creating suspicion? Will they now release the original photograph and tell us exactly when it was taken? Well, they're saying they won't. And that's the kind of thing that you haven't got to be a conspiracy theorist for to think is a bit weird. This has been a humbling and humiliating episode for the royal family at the worst possible time for a family that's been under so much stress and pressure recently. And of course, they've made much of the transparency over the King's cancer diagnosis, although again, we don't know what cancer it is. It's a painful lesson for the monarchy, perhaps, about honesty and control in this new age of social media. And the only way out of the corner they've painted themselves is to tell the full story and release the original photograph.
Believe it, whatever you like, I don't mind. It's just there for you to look at and make your own mind up. But I don't think we'll ever know about any of these stories. I don't think we'll know the truth, regardless of whatever. It's just beyond stupidity. And then, of course, don't forget subscribe, because 70% of people who are watching these videos do not bother. Why is that? If you like the video and you find this channel useful, and there are hundreds of videos on here that you could watch, then why not commit? It's easy, it's free, you know, it doesn't take a minute. Click the button and become a subscriber. It does help out with YouTube as well, and of course it's free. If you want to go the extra mile, then please do support me on Patreon and YouTube. Plus, of course, you can also go on andywrightshop.co.uk and buy yourself a nice t-shirt or a mug, or even use the affiliate links and help me out that way. That's it from me. Have a very good day. Catch you later.